Hey there, everyone. Okay, so everyone knows I'm cheap. So I,
Sorry.
I was at Walmart in the clearance aisle. Yes, clearance aisle at Walmart, so you know I'm cheap. And I happened to see the rechargeable clip-on ring light. Notice $3. I'm cheap. So I wanted to see how this worked. It has 36 LEDs, 3 different brightness level, ultra wide range. The idea, of course, is you slide this on top of the phone and you will get lighter. Basically, it's going to give you an ambient light, supposedly, without a flash. So you don't have the whole issue with, the flash all of a sudden it's like that. And you don't have like devil eyes in cats or dogs, the night glow. So wanted to show what it was like before I unpacked it and to see how it worked. This first test was done with the rear-facing regular camera on an iPhone 10, taking a picture of my cat, Gracie. And these photos were taken one after another. This first one here is taken without a flash. You can see that the shadows are exceptionally dark here, as this was at night, and it was just lit with the ceiling lights that were off to the left. So you can see the heavy shadow inside the box there. This is with the light being on the lowest level. You can see that the box actually you can see the inside the box here. You can see a slight annoyance on Gracie's face here, as the light is a little bit in her eyes and she's a little annoyed at it, but it's not too bad. The black in the back is a little overdone. Now, none of these photos here were edited in any way other than changing the live photo position, just mainly to get her looking in the same position every time, just to make it as comparable as possible. So this is with the next level up in the light. You can see a little bit better in terms of the shadows there, a little more blown out in the back on the back there. However, it is getting a little bright for her, especially, you're taking an inside photo and you're trying to use this light to compensate for how dark it may be inside of a house or inside of a situation. It's still bringing a good amount of light on the person's or individual face here. Also, not sure why, but her white is definitely being a little more blown out here than the rest of the shot. And this is with the light at full brightness. This light at full brightness can actually act as almost a flashlight. That's how bright it can get. The reason why she's looking down, not only is this the 4th picture of her in a row I've taken of her and she's a little annoyed at me, the light was kind of bright in her eyes and she was actually averting her eyes from the light itself. And she wasn't in any pain, she's just annoyed and it just didn't feel so good. So again, notice that this is doing a really good job of lighting the dark inside. Her white chest is a little bit more blown out, just like you figure in terms of any other better lit situation. You have a highly reflective area right in front of you. And for final comparison, you have the flash on the iPhone. You can tell definitely this is the flash because it's actually overpowering the room light. You can look at the cabinet behind. Again, it's doing a good job with hitting all the dark areas. But again, just like with any other, instead of an always on light like the other one having the flash there, if you're dealing with non-adults or non-humans, cat in case here, the flash throws them off versus just having a light on that's a little bit better than normal. Next, I tested the front-facing camera. Again, iPhone 10. No editing. I just took a straight portrait mode shot of my face here, just to get a baseline to what it would look like. Notice that the lights are above me and to my left, your right. You can see kind of the heavy shadow across my face and the fact of my eyes kind of being in shadow here versus the rest of me. Again, doing the 3 different levels and the 3 different shots, you can actually see the reflection of the device in my right eye eyeglass lens there, the little ring that's going on. It actually does a pretty good job with doing it basically as a fill flash to fill in what's going on there. And not really a little bit off with the coloration, but I think that's more of the overhead light causing my skin to look a little yellowish here. And nothing too unexpected here. Again, just it's almost like a matter of just making a little bit lighter or just turning on the light in the room. Nothing really extraordinary to kick out here. Just again, yes, the little ring in my my right eye can get a little annoying. So if you're using something like this that's right there and someone's wearing glasses or there's a reflection, that's something to look out for. And finally, turned all the way up. It's still not overpowering the light to the upper part and left, which is nice, and it's actually is pretty nice as a fill-in here. Again, doing a pretty good job, especially for something that's $3. Pretty happy with that. Finally, here I use the flash. I know you can't tell I was using air quotes there, but I'm using air quotes. Flash on the front-facing camera, where the screen turns white and flashes, and it's amazing that how well that works as a fill-in flash. Mainly because I guess you're having much larger area here than the back flash, and you're getting something that's truer white, so white light to get as a reflector there. So again, the shadows go away pretty much on my face. You got a little bit on the left there where it's kind of my left eye where it's kind of still in the deep shadow. Again, all these unedited just to see what it would look like and make a difference. Okay, final thoughts. A cheap $3 ring light will not make a huge difference when it comes to needing a real amount of lighting, especially on a phone that, even though the iPhone's not bad, even the 10's not bad in lower light, it's still not as good as a quote-unquote real camera. So we do have to compensate when you're using that. Plus also, you're going to look like a dork. I hate to say it. You put this on your phone and you got the ring light on there. Yes, the photos they have on the packaging always shows these very attractive young ladies doing it versus people who aren't attractive young ladies. It won't look as good for you. Again, if you want to spend $10, $15, don't. Unless it's a really high quality. This isn't. This is cheap plastic. I know expect it to last a few months after all. But if you have $3, which, let's admit it, unfortunately, is a coffee, even at McDonald's, a large coffee at McDonald's sometimes can get a little pricey. Go for it. See if you can help out a little bit. Any little bit helps. And we all know that a little experimentation, you can always try something and see, well, if I have a ring light or an extra light, can I use it as a secondary off? I mean, it's bright enough and it's not attached to anything. You use it as a second, get some additional secondary lighting going on. Try some experimentation, especially for $3. It's not that bad of an idea to try and enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and good luck photographing.